Happy Friday, folks. We got a big game coming up on Monday, but before that game, we got some Lions news for you folks. We're going to get into the latest injury news on Marcus Davenport and players who are coming back from injury, and it looks like we got reinforcements coming back to help out our football team here in a couple weeks, so that's good news right there. We're going to get into what the experts think is going to happen on the game on Monday night and more. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. Let's jump into this bad boys right out rip. It says what the Lions have learned from their 2023 blowout. I haven't read the article, but I'm going to tell you what I want to see from this game in lessons that I have learned that they should have learned and Kelvin Sheppard has been implementing, and that is the containment of the mobile quarterback. He has done a good job so far with Caleb Williams and Jordan Love, something that we have not seen in years, and this is why I was high on getting Kelvin Sheppard as the DC, because he won't just stick with man. He won't just stick with one way. He adjusts, and we've seen it do zone, all sorts of stuff. And he's done a good job, in my opinion, making sure that the quarterback is not getting multiple first downs with their legs, right? Extending the play, doing what we've seen. He's done a good job. So for the Lions to not get blown out in this game, obviously we got to score points. Right? You got to score points. But we got to contain Lamar Jackson. Contain him. Sacks is great to have. This game, I just want containment. That's all. I do not want Lamar Jackson getting first downs with his legs. That's what we don't want to have. Want this guy sitting there and not making plays with his legs. That's what we want to see. Try to do it with his arm. And I know they can pass. That's fine. But we need this guy to not do his legs. So let's get to 300 likes in this video. Smash that like button right meow. We got players. We got help on the way, folks. We got help on the way. This is the current injury information here. Shane Zylstra, he's placed on IR. He's eligible to return week 7. Okay. Miles Frazier. We've been waiting for him. It's going to help up the offensive line, especially he's a rookie, and we did like him. He's coming in about a couple weeks. That's great news for Detroit. Another player, Joshua Pascal, eligible to return week 7. That's good. We need him on the defensive line. And Lee McNeil, we did the video yesterday that said if he needed to play, he would play in this game coming out Monday. So he is eligible to return here week 5, and that's probably when he's going to return, to be honest with you. So that's great news. And Rodrigo is eligible to return. So the Lions have help coming on the way. Doesn't mean that they're going to return on those dates. This means they're eligible to return. But by all indications, all these guys, besides Shane Zylstra, because his was recent, are getting close to returning for the Lions. And definitely that's great news. That's amazing news. No practice here. Here's the one that I'm concerned about. It's not Taylor Decker. We know he's going to play, right? He played last week. He didn't practice. Same with Jack Campbell, right? He didn't practice, all that. But it's Marcus Davenport here. We don't know the extent of the injury. With that said, I do think it's good news that he has not been placed on injured reserve or anything of that nature. This looks like he could just miss this week. And it says chest injury, and which is weird because he dealt with the shoulder. So it could be multiple injuries now with him. Chest, shoulder, ankle. So it's good that it is not a significant injury that is going to be placed on injured reserve as we know of right now. But it's bad because he's still injured. I don't think he plays Monday Night Football, so that's going to give Al-Qadim Mohammed a chance to show his stuff, and that's going to be good, right? We like Al-Qadim Mohammed, but we need to have more edges than Aidan Hutchinson and Al-Qadim Mohammed, because we knew coming to this season that Davenport could not stay healthy. What happens if Al-Qadim Mohammed gets injured? What are we going to do there? You're going to put O'Connor at edge? So that's not the good news about the Davenport, but it is good news that he hasn't been placed on injured reserve, the injury. So that's good there. Holy smokes. What are the experts saying about our Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Athletics got the Ravens winning this game. All 7 experts picked the Ravens. 9 of the 11 experts picked the Ravens. All 5 from NFL.com, the Ravens. Sporting News, the Ravens. CBS Sports HQ goes to the Lions. 5 of the 8 are picking Detroit on the road. CBS Sports HQ. Wow, you're the one that picked the Lions. Pro Football Talk. Lions losing. Monday Morning Quarterback. Lions losing. Bleacher Report. Split. There you go, folks. Very rare for Lions being picked in this game. But I got a feeling. I had a feeling before the Kansas City game on opening night that the Lions are going to pull off the W. Just got a feeling that they're going to pull it off again. Nobody is expecting the Lions to win this game besides CBS Sports. Nobody. Vegas. Probably you listening to this video. I looked at the Ravens defense. They can be had, and I do believe this Lions offense is going to put up points. I think the Lions have a better shot than I think people are giving them credit for. We'll see. But I do think the Lions pull off the upset. Like the video. Let's get to 300 likes in this bad boy. Easy to do so. To smash that good old like button. What did good old Harbaugh say about our beloved Detroit Lions? He says, well, first off, the Detroit Lions have a nice system. They have been running it for a few years now. Johnny Morton and their new offensive coordinator has been there. He took it over and has been around for a long time. It seems like he has his fingerprints on it as well as long the same as line. So they got continuity and a lot of good players. A lot of good players where they're playing well. That's shocked that they said the continuity because we do have the new coordinators here. Now, I understand that Morton was here before, right? He helped out the Ben Johnson system, but the continuity, I disagree. There is some continuity, but they got to get better continuity, right? There's still going to be some hiccups. We've seen it in week 1. They're just a better machine week 2, but there's going to be hiccups. You got young offensive lineman Mahogany, and you got Tate and Graham Glasgow. He's the veteran, but we've seen him have issues, but they're a good team, and I do think he's got a lot of good points here. Says about what does the Lions do well? Defenders in the middle of the field. Says yes, the Detroit Lions, they do. The ball in the middle of the field a bunch, and that's kind of their thing. In the middle of the field, crossing routes, breaking routes, high, and I love that. The high-low combo, king combo, the drop backs, and that's what we've seen throughout this past Sunday is all of that. Week 1, we didn't. We've seen that all week 2, and it just makes such a difference. And Jared Goff, the ability to dissect everything on the field with all the great crossing routes that this offense has, the great deep routes, middle of the defense they target with the play action. So that's what we got to stay at. And I understand sometimes you can get in trouble going in the middle of a defense. But then if you don't, you can be like week 1, right? So I love that they attack the whole field, and I love that they continue to attack it. And that's what makes JG a stud. Makes him a stud. That he can do all this, right? That he can come in here and get it done. And get it done. So we'll see. We'll see on this one. But I do think that when you look at the situation here, Davenport, because let's get back to that. That's a big issue right here is the Davenport thing, right? This is the biggest issue right now that I look at this team is the opposite of Aidan Hutchinson again. We love Al-Qadim Mohammed. But what are we going to do? Like, we're extremely shorthanded right now. And I know we got help on the way, but Pascal, again, he hasn't been stayed consistent, and we're still shorthanded. So should the Lions look to make a trade for the trade deadline? I would say yes. What do you guys think? Should we make a trade before the trade deadline for a pass rusher? Why for yes and for no? I'm going to go with yes. And if the Lions beat the Ravens on Monday Night Football, you got to look at the schedule after that. Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to win these. They could win those games pretty easily. Buccaneers are coming back. I know they're a good team, but it's at Ford Field. The Lions can make a nice little run, too. I know we started out bad. But you look at the schedule, it's not as hard as it initially was, because even the Vikings, JJ's not looking good. And to be honest with you, I think the Bears will look worse now. So why not get a pass rusher? Let's go for it. If you can get one. It's all about if. I would never look. Like last year, they really tried to get a Myles Garrett and a Max Crosby or a Trey Hendrickson. I truly do believe that Brad Holmes called on it and there was no one available. So it's all with the caveat, if there is players to be available, right? And you never want to just overspend or anything to do something crazy, but being smart. And I'd like to see that. I would. But we're going to be live. I'm going to do a game. I don't know what game I'm going to do on Sunday. I'm probably going to do a game on Sunday, live stream watch party, because why the hell not? So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we're definitely doing the live watch party on Monday Night Football. That's guaranteed. We do all the Lions games. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell just in case you missed out. I see it all the time. Oh, I didn't know that you was live. So go ahead and hit that notification bell. We'll see. But happy Friday. Go Lions.